Yo, yo. So, this is probably one of the most requested videos, if not the most requested video, actually. And it's also just like the most frequently asked question. It's how to gain more CP for your main team, of course. I mean, it's like the main part of the game. It's like the most important thing, right? So, of course, people really want to do this. And so I'm gonna name. Yeah, I have 10 points written down. Maybe I miss a few, I'm not sure. Also, I'm not gonna mention obvious things like maxing the limit on your characters, because that's a given, right? Um, but yeah, I'm gonna mention 10 points, and then at the end, I'm also gonna mention what differentiates me from the average player, because I'd say my team is pretty strong compared to the average player, but then I'm also gonna say what differentiates me from a top player. So of course, while my CP is high, it still doesn't compare to some people. I mean, maybe I can show it. Okay, well, Vash has his profile on private, so does Sengi. Maybe I can showcase it with someone. Hopefully they have their team updated. Let's see. Okay, yeah, like for example, well, this isn't his up-to-date team, he's 1.2 million, but like what differentiates him from me, for example? Or, well, he has it on private now. Okay, well, yeah, because of course, while I am one of the like stronger people in the community, I still don't compare to those. So yeah, let's begin with the first point, and this is mostly for newer players, and this is the most important thing, I'd say, apart from like just leveling your characters, right? But it's auction house cells or just good RC cells. So at the start of the game, let's go to like a bad character, you will have like random RC cells like these on your characters, and even if you get one that has a 100 rating, like this one, it's still pretty trash. It doesn't give much CP. However, if you find, well, if you can get cells like these with either 3 substats and all UR stats are the red ones, they're not blue like the ones you saw before. So if you can get 3 substats with defense, attack, or HP, that's really good. And it's even better if you can get 4 substats. Now, how do we get those? So what you should focus as a player is buying these cells from the auction house. So I'm not in a clan right now because I'm clan hopping at the moment for cells. But basically, each time you kill the organization boss, an auction is gonna open, and there's gonna be 4 cells right here. Now, some cells will have 2 substats. Let's see if I can find one. It's gonna be a bit hard. Yeah, some cells are gonna look like this one with only 2 substats. I don't recommend these. If you're gonna spend your gems on the cells, make sure to get the correct ones, aka, well, that's a bad example, ones with 3 substats. They will boost your account like crazy, and you should focus on getting 3 for each one of your main characters, so that's 15 cells total. 5 of well, every color, right? You're gonna need 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, but then also for your assist characters, so you're gonna need 30 RC cells in total, 10 of each variant, to have a perfect team full of RC cells. Ideally only the ones with 3 substats, not 2. So 3 times attack, 3 times defense, or 3 times HP. Now, as you might have seen, I do have these 4x cells, which are even better. They give even more CP. I can show just what the difference is. So if we swap it out, yeah, it's 700 CP. That is quite a lot, like per cell on a character. That makes a big difference. Where do you get those from? Well, sadly, you can't get them from the auction house. You can get them from a cell creation, which I don't have anymore. It's an event that sometimes pops up, or from other events. So mostly from events, as I just said. However, now you can actually also get it from here, although the odds are probably pretty low. So yeah, the odds are pretty low for that. But yeah, that's how to get RC cells. It's one of the most important things, so make sure to do that. Then my next point, well, it's potentials. It's like the second most important thing. I mean, so basically potentials go from level 1 to 6, and then at level 6 they can either be HP, attack, or a defense. Or you can get rainbows like these ones, and rainbows of course give way more CP. So what you should focus is getting full level 6 potentials on your main guys and on your assists. However, I don't have that currently because I am merging every single one of my potentials on the search for rainbows. Because a rainbow is going to give 760 more CP than a level 6. That is a crazy amount. Like, that is way too much. So get good rainbows. This is more for like the late game. RC cells are just the easier and cheaper way to gain CP quick, but of course once you have your 30 you can't really improve it other than getting 4x cells, which are very, very rare. So yeah. Then force talent, yeah, of course. So this is something that new players won't be able to get that effectively. Due to the new update, now middle row, top row, and bottom row, and also these here on the right, they all give CP. It's just that the middle row now gives more and the top row gives less, so it's better for newer players, but they will struggle with getting these fast, because the main drop for these is gonna be Stronghold, and Stronghold is just very unfair towards new players. But yeah, force talents, they do make a big difference. They're just very annoying and slow to get. But yeah, they are very, very important and they will give you lots of CP. Then the next point is scenes, of course. So you have your specific character scenes. I'm an Anteku main, so my Anteku scenes are of course very, very stacked for all 4 orgs. And then you have scenes that are for all at the same times. So these are completely overpowered, right? Because they give way more CP. They affect all your teams. How to farm these? Well, you're gonna need small scenes like here. You can get these from many places actually. You can get them from some endless trials. You can get a lot of them from Carnival Encounter. You can get them from the EX Force challenges, of course, and there's chain packs sometimes. But the important thing, the thing that is hard to get later on, is the big scenes. And you can mainly get them from chain packs, of course, or to farm them from the EX Force challenge. I guess I can showcase that quickly. The drop rate isn't that high. Yeah, you get 1, 2, 4, I believe. Just either 1, 2, 3, or 4. What I usually do is I save my batteries, and then on Monday I usually go all in. So today I spent like 120 batteries here. Then I level up 1 scene, save my batteries again, and then the next Monday I repeat the same exact thing. So that's what I usually do for my scenes, and they are crazy OP. Then attribute. So this is also something that is so crazy overpowered. So the attribute is this right here. You can get all of these up, and the ones at the bottom, they will sink to the lowest here. So if I would upgrade this to 77, they wouldn't change. But if I upgrade this to 75, they would go up to 75. Now they're gonna be pretty cheap to level up until you hit 79, because the upgrade to 80 is gonna be extremely expensive and it gives a crazy amount of CP. This is very overpowered. And well, the main way to get them is of course, Vash just, yeah. Is of course from this right here. I still need to make my team here. This gives some every single day. Of course, getting it for the first time will give a ton, and then every day, depending on your ranking, you will get a few as well. But the best way to get them is gonna be these trials right here. Just a very effective way. It's slightly difficult, but it's the best way to farm them. So make sure to farm them. They are really important. Then account CP. Yeah, this is also something that's important. Well, it doesn't give your team that much CP, but it's still a source for CP. So for example, I'm gonna reach 14 million soon, which will unlock this right here for me. It gives a tiny amount of stats, but it does give it to the entire account. And I mean, you always take free CP. So account CP is very important, and it's also a reason why people in the end game level 300 every single unit, because it gives account CP. Star enhancement, so this is a similar thing. So you have the star rating enhancement right here. Stars, you get them from starring up units. You don't get them from refining them till SSS, but to star them up instead. And it's the main reason why I encourage people, well, they should, to max star all of their R and SR rated units. And, well, SSR as well, just like it's hard to SSR all the exclusive ones, but like the non-exclusives, you can SSR all of them easily. 6-star all of them. It doesn't give a lot, right? But it still makes a difference. It still gives CP, so I mean, why not? Then we have, yeah, tactics. So this is the new feature right here. We don't really have many ways to get them yet. It's these right here. We have SSR, which is this one. We have UR, which is this one. Then we have LR. I don't have any of those yet. And we have SR, like the lowest rarity. I also don't have that one yet. Where can we get them from? Well, currently only from the Abyss shop. Once a month you will get 1 UR chest and 2 SSR chests. And Pinnacle Showdown, which isn't around currently, but you can get 2 SSR chests from there as well. But I'm sure that they will add more ways to get them in the future, for sure. Then exclusive equipment. Yeah, this one's important. So, of course, you can max this right here, which is pretty easy to max in the late game. It goes to level 200 now. It used to be 150, but they increased it. I have this on a lot of characters. Another thing, of course, is gonna be, yeah, this right here. This is a bit harder to level up, because first you need all the SR spheres, which is annoying. Then you need all the SSR spheres, which is even more annoying. And then you can start farming these UR spheres. And it takes a while, but it does give a good amount of CP. Like, it's important in the late game, right, where every single CP counts and makes a difference. This is gonna be one of the ways to get those tiny increases that scale, like if you can do it for multiple characters at the same time, of course. And where do you get the UR spheres from? Well, of course, from here. You select a unit whose UR sphere you want to get. Now, it's not guaranteed, but the chance to get it is higher. If you're missing SSR spheres or SRs, also gonna be from here. Technically, you can also get it from this shop right here. However, if I catch you doing this, I'm just gonna beat you up and ban you, because please don't touch this, like, ever. The only exception is the new players who haven't actually unlocked this shop yet and are at the coin cap of 99,000. Since they have to spend their coins, they can start using this shop right here. But yeah, anyone else, please don't. And then we actually have the last point, so get good assists. So every single point you heard before, like potentials, exclusive equipment, RC cells, this doesn't only apply for your 5 guys, but also for your 5 assists. So the characters in this slot right here, they need to be strong characters with high CP. They need to be 6-star, otherwise they won't give any CP at all. Like, it scales off of a strong percentage whether they are 6-star or not. The refinement afterwards doesn't change anything. And they need to have good RC cells and potentials in the late game. It does make a difference. I mean, it, like, for example, even between these 2 MR characters, like, they're both really high and have perfect cells, basically, it's still a 1.5k difference. And if we take a non-MR character, it's 3.3k. So it's a huge difference. So please focus on your assists as well. I see many people with, like, really trash assists. Of course, I don't encourage 6-starring a unit just for the assist slot, except if it's like an assist passive character like Green Amon or Tanabata Ayato. Most assist characters will come naturally over time. For example, if you build someone and then he gets replaced in the future, like my Shu right here, or all my Augiri Carnivals that I used to use in the past, well, I replaced them in the main team, but they still fit perfectly into the assist slot. So yeah, that will come naturally for most players over time, but it might take some time. And now, what differentiates me from newer players? Well, it's pretty much everything I just mentioned. And most people who ask about CP are always gonna be the people that don't have RC cells. Please, this is by far the easiest, most effective, and cheapest way to get huge amounts of CP fast. So please start focusing on your RC cells. Of course, because I'm a like older player, I do have force talents that differentiate me from players. My scenes are pretty OP. But yeah, it's a combination of everything I mentioned before. However, now what differentiates me from a top player, so why do I still have like 43,000 CP less than the top players? Well, the main points are gonna be rainbows, of course. These are really annoying and hard to get. Currently, I believe I have 24, we can count, so 5, 10, 20. Yeah, I have 24 rainbows. For a full team, you're gonna need 45, and for an optimal team, you're gonna need 90 if you want your assists to also have them. Well, and some top players, they have 90 plus, so they have this box ticked, of course. So that's, for me, this is like one of the main things that I need to focus on. It's getting rainbows. Then we have 4x cells, of course. These ones right here, they are crazy hard to get. I believe currently I have 7 of them. We can just recount it. So I have these 3, a 4th one right here. That's number 5. Then we have number 6 right here. And we have number 7. Yeah, I have 7 4x cells. I know people that have like 30 of them. That's gonna make a difference. You saw it gives like 750 more than a 3x cell, so imagine that 3 times per character for your whole team. That's a lot of CP. Then all character scenes, yeah. So while my Anteiku scenes are very, very stacked, my all character scenes are extremely trash. Why? Because these big ones are impossible to farm. The best way to get them is if a chain pack arrives, but the chain packs for these are just crazy expensive, and I refuse to buy them. It's just too expensive. So I will have to get lucky farming this one, but the drop rate is just really low. Attributes, so this is really important. So I will slowly get these to 79, but I will get stuck at 79 for months probably. Most top players have 80 unlocked already, which gives their team like 8 to 10,000 CP, which is crazy. Like, it makes a huge difference. So this is definitely one other point. Then we have exclusive equipment. Yeah, this is a tiny one, but of course, most top players will have these almost maxed for every character. And while mine are already pretty good looking, it will give them a few more thousand CP total than what I have, which, like a combination of all the things I just mentioned, will be like 90% of what gives them like the CP that I don't have. It's just gonna be those points, right? And it's also just in the end game, those are gonna be the main factors and the main things that you need to focus on to somehow elevate your own account above all the other people that were on your level before. It's just really hard to farm these things, right? So you need to play it smart. It's easier with money, of course, but yeah, it just gets very hard in the late game to gain CP. But yeah, I mean, that's everything for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any more of these like big questions that I can make a whole video on, please let me know, because I mean, it's good information for like, it's good info for you guys. It's a good content for me. Helps boost the channel. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. As always, the Discord link is in the description, so join it if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one.